I'd like you to think about if you could. The first really good learning experience you ever had. Now, it may have been at school, but it probably even feel like you're really learning. Now, research shows us that's what. Learning is changed because the knowledge that we're available to us now. That's why we're all here. The problem at the moment is it's not enough to ask. My experience is 2 years of teaching, 10 years of school leadership in London, 5 of which I've been a head teacher of a difficult school in London. So I hope I got a little bit more from the top. Our response to this has been Poraora, which we talked on. It's a 3D learning adventure. Aimed at children 12 age, mostly at their parents. It's niche market parents. Children create an avatar. They go online and they take part in adventures, games, activities, but all with real content. Into it as well as a Pora Pal, we've called it, but a bit like the Tamagotchi for some who may remember those. I banned my classroom. You guys are young enough to actually kids, so I banned them from. The Pora wants to be sustained and nurtured, and he's sustained and nurtured through knowledge. The more knowledge a child has, the better, healthier, and happier. Unlike Tamagotchi, we don't. If he doesn't get, he reaches his home. Okay. So the child develops a sort of knowledge, and he can evolve into a bigger, better, or just all engagement with the world, engagement with learning, engagement with Pora, two enjoyable games. Children can play against their mates. Real competition there. They get badges, certificates. They get rewards. They get in and go on to their home. The usual sort of stuff you will have seen. Parents get reports on the child's performance as well. They get information about how the child's doing. The parent can find out about how the child's doing, find out about how they can do it better. To other parents about perhaps what's going on, and also it's fun. What we're looking at doing is an online learning experience for children that promotes book values, and by that I mean nobody has a problem with their child sitting down and getting stuck into a good book. What we see is nobody will have a problem with sitting down, getting stuck into Poraora. This is all in a market worth $93 billion, which is worth thinking about. As I'm just going to cheat now on my presentation and show you a little video. We don't have any sound, so I'll see how if it. Can you hear?
Yeah.
Can I just assure you the user experience is a little bit better than that when you go online. I apologise for that, but it was playing perfectly earlier. As I said, the market's worth around $93 billion. This is how it's broken up. I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining it to you because I think it's fairly self-evident. The markets there that we're going for as a matter of priority are quite obvious. But what I would say about this is that the merchandising is made up of mobile apps as well as merchandising to children through toys and fluffy animals and that sort of thing. But you know the idea. The team that's going to take this to market has a wealth of experience. Neil, our CEO, has already built a very large company, successful company, and is now devoting himself full-time to this. My experience as a head teacher and in education over a number of years, and also I've done some other things, but I don't want to brag about myself, so I won't go into that too much. Mo and Connor, fantastically talented, technical, creative guys who are our core team based in London. We have, outsourcing some development in Poland, some artwork in Hungary, but that's the core team based in this country. The routes into the global market are unsurprising. We have the viral elements through the Tell and Share, where we get just free marketing through our users. The first thing they do when they see something fantastic is they want to tell their friends. We've built in all the usual hooks that you can imagine that would be there for that. We also have some partnership engagement. Our parent company is in the mobile operator sector, so they have really close links with Telefonica. Through Telefonica Learning Solutions, we're very interested in this space and getting some content and getting a platform that they can use for themselves. Through Telefonica, they have a share of China Unicom. Now, as some of the other games platforms have shown, very big market for this sort of thing, so we're looking at that as well. HMH, Harcourt, Mifflin, Horton, Mifflin, Harcourt. I knew I could stumble over that. Better known in this country as Heinemann, but certainly going to give us, talking to us about penetration into the US market as one of the major publishers in education in the US. Already, one of the things I've been working hard at is getting schools to endorse us, and we've got around 200 schools already who are happy to recommend us to their parents, which should give us straight off bad access to around about 70,000 children. Once you hook in the viral elements from that, then hopefully we can start to gain some real traction really quickly. Talking about subscriber growth, we're talking about how we judge these things earlier, and this is more than just to stick your finger in the air. This is what companies have done recently in a similar market. This is the sort of subscriber growth they've been able to generate. So we're looking at having in excess of 35 million users by the end of 2014, and of course turning some of them into paying premium customers. It's looking at around about, industry standard about 1.5–2%, but that should be enough to generate, substantial revenues for our company. The business model that we've got here, it's not unique by any stretch of imagination, but it is very strong. You can see that we've got base subscribers. We move up to that products and merchandising through mobile apps, toys, virtual goods, and advertising. And just put your minds at rest, we're not advertising to children. Through the parent portal I was speaking about before, advertising appropriate stuff to the parents. I still have quite an educational background, and ethically we're really strong about some of the things that we want to be doing. That's where we are with it. I'm really excited by the product. We're still pre-funding. We've been going for 2 years. We're in public beta at the moment, so there are flyers over the corner with my card, so if anybody wants to speak to me or grab something and email me later on, that's fine. We're looking at getting some funding to get us through to a bit position. Hopefully around October 2012 with anticipation. I will hand over to questions now, I suppose. How many percent will not? Horrifying. It's horrifying for that. Parents aren't supervising it properly, so we've got all the issues that come with that. I don't know if anybody sort of has children in the age bracket, but certainly as a head teacher, unsupervised the things on Facebook a little bit. So what we're trying to do is build this up, not only to be teaching to children about all the curriculum, but also like a Facebook with training wheels to develop children understand this. I think we have a moral obligation as teachers to prepare children for this future that they will have. which is a little bit different. I mean, I'm getting on a bit now. I know it's hard for you to believe, but this stuff certainly wasn't around when I was young. And I think we need to children, because a lot of children have parents like me who don't quite understand what they vaccine.
I was just wondering, have you had any trouble convincing parents who are more traditional who say that children shouldn't be stuck in front of the computer or the mobile app all day learning through that, more rather should be working together in real life in the classroom, interacting with people? Is that, I mean, I imagine that could be in more traditional countries such as in Asia or China maybe.
Yeah, and it will be, and that's always a bump to get over.
Yeah.
And we always have that element to prove that we've got something quite special that is educational as well as fun. But it's coming back to that point I made before. You know, nobody has a problem with a child sitting there for a couple of hours at a time reading a book. And I think that's the value that we need to get into this sort of thing. Pointlessly in front of a computer screen, but if we can turn that value around to turn, you know, to not whiling away hours, actually using it wisely, then I think that's the key, you know, the key factor there. Hello from the darkness.
What kind of staff outlay do you envision putting in place just in Europe? I think to bring this up, but adults coming in with necessarily.
Thanks for the question, actually. No, don't be sorry for bringing it up, because it's one of the key factors that on everybody's mind anyway. I'm surprised it sort of came up, sort of third question in. The security settings. Sorry, the security settings. There's a few things there. Yes, we have more online. Yes, we're trying to generate also a group of children who know how to keep themselves safe. We're getting parents involved in keeping themselves safe. The parents have control over the settings that they can, their children can see nobody else in the world. They just have access to the games. But as time goes on, they can start to release security settings. The best thing we have in terms of security, and coming to your point, is we have an intelligent language filter, which not only blocks bad language, it also looks for relationship sort of language. So that predatory behaviour, the bullying language that comes out, it will supervise that, it'll flag it up, it'll let some language through, and it'll flag it up to a real life narrator out there, and it makes sure what it's critical thinking is the point, and what we're doing. There's a real push in everything on the news today. Looking at what's one is we're building all of that in. You know, people coming on. Sorry, ignore me. That parents can give children rewards for real-world active football. If they get a swimming certificate, they can get swimming powers within the game. There's all of those things that we're trying to build in, and that's sort of on the roadmap. But we need a little bit more for that. Healthy eating, you know, we talked about perhaps your avatar grows so fat that he can't get in certain places. I mean, all these sorts of things we're thinking about. We manage it well. But the possibilities are endless, and I think we can really build in some functions like that.
Last question.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, running out of time. The last question.
I have this chap here I spotted first.
You said you're hoping to be profitable, creating profit level, I think, do you actually have any revenue in at the moment? My question, I guess, asking is, have you got Lane at the moment?
Roadmap is building some school boards so they can have competitions against one another, build that in. But there's no revenue coming in at the moment. As I say, we're still public beta, looking for commercial launch later on, perhaps next month, and we'll take it from there.
Okay. Thanks, James. I know there was some around.
Yes, I'll be here